Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Yes, get in here. Get in here. Make sure when you come in here, you are hitting that like button. Make sure we have an exclusive tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are checking in. Let me see who's in here first before we get into some things. We ain't gonna rush it now. We gotta take our time, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta take our time. That investigative work takes time. We can't rush it. We cannot rush this. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are not going to believe what I got to tell you tonight. And I know many wouldn't have picked this up, but because I do what I do, I picked it up. And I started nosing around, being the gumshoe that I am. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exclusive. Hey, you can't be playing around. You can't be playing around Fulton County now. You can't be playing around Fulton County. So before I get into some things, I got to bring in my co-host for the evening. You know her. You've seen her all over the internet, looking like a supermodel. But tonight she's gonna be a co-host to the investigative journalist. And ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me bring up Miss V. Lenore. What's going on? What's going on?
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Everything's good over here.
I'm excited to hear what you tell us.
Whoa, let me just say this.
Because you haven't even really told me.
I haven't. That's what exclusives are about. Hold it.
You gotta hold it tight to the
Hold
bench.
it tight. Hold it tight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was watching Attorney Pam's live this morning, and she was talking about Ernesto Williams's case, and it was in the acting Superior Court. I would say adjunct judge Manning, Alex Manning's courtroom, and I remember seeing the live. I was actually. No kidding. I get an alert from her, because I get alert from different judges' courtrooms. So I got an alert from hers, and I saw that there was a bond hearing happening. And I typically don't get alerts for bond hearings, but this was a special bond hearing. And she played it on her live last night, Pamela, when she was talking about the case. So then I started listening to her live, but then she brought in the clip of the judge's bond hearing. And I actually grabbed the clip myself from the judge. Now, as I looked at this bond hearing, I'm looking at the windows. There are multiple windows in the Zoom. It was a Zoom hearing. So I'm looking at the windows and looking around. And I'm looking around. And I saw a face kept popping in and out, but I wasn't sure it was who I thought it was. And why do I know that face? It's because one of those shots that I took was published in the Washington Post of that individual. I said, wait a minute. You got a big dog in the bond hearing? This doesn't happen in Fulton County for, bond hearings unless it's a high-profile case. No one picked this up. So as I looked at the bond and as I saw the judge calling different defendants and the attorneys, when they got to Ernesto, the judge said something that was very interesting to me. No one picked that up because they wouldn't have known. What she said was, I'm going to play it. I want people to pay attention. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it right now. I'm going to bring the clip up.
Get y'all taken care of quickly. All right. So on the add-ons, 1 through 5, I think. 1 through 4.
Hold on.
1 through 4.
We're going to go right here.
Position 9. Ending in 273. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons.
We'll speed up just
colon CULLINS. If available, you're going to have that ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. $5,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave.
Watch the screen.
Is that all you have, Miss Gibson?
No, Judge, I have 2 more.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So Ms. Winfrey, now Ms. Rondon's here. So is it Mr. Wooten that's here for the add-on?
Correct, Judge. We're all
Okay.
here for the add-on.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna freeze it right there. The add-on is Ernest Williams. Mr. Wooten, this person right here, I'm gonna zoom it in. He's at the bottom of the screen, white guy with suit on. Let me tell you guys who he is. He's the prosecutor on the Donald Trump election case, and Fonnie Willis is one of her top dogs in her office, meaning he only does high-profile cases. There's a prosecutor on his case right now, but he's just there for that particular case. Only reason why he's there for that particular case is they're about to indict this guy. He doesn't show up at bond hearings for Zoom hearings unless it's a high-profile case. The only case he's on right now, he has some big cases, but he's on the Trump election interference case right now. So he's the head of the division in the special division related to white-collar crimes and special sex cases. But he doesn't say nothing in his bond hearing. But he's in this particular calendar call, he was just there for that. And Ernesto didn't know this. I don't think many people knew this, but I know this because I photographed his picture at the Trump election hearing. I said, why is Wooten in this hearing? Because he kept popping in early on. He kept popping in on the Zoom, but he never said anything. And then Judge Manning just introduced him and says he's here, and Miss Rondon, who is Hannah Radon, is Nesto's attorney. But they have a prosecutor that is going to speak in this. I want you guys to pay attention. Pay very close attention and watch the demeanor of the special prosecutor and watch Will Wooten. We're going to play it.
Ms. Rondon, you ready? You guys must be leaving the jail. I'm sorry. We'll try to get y'all taken care of quickly. All right. So on the add-ons, 1 through 5, I think 1 through 4, 1 through 4. 22 CP 210500. There's right now I've got 610 days without indictment. There's a $5,000 good bond on theft by deception. 22 CP 211078, 610 days, $15,000 good bond on 3 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. Then on position 3, 22 CP 212559, 610 days without indictment, a $25,000 good bond on 5 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. And then on position 4, 23 CP 215407, 610 days without indictment, there's a $700,000 good bond on 4 CWAC charges. Rah.
Yes, Your Honor. 20 cycles with arrest out of Georgia and Kentucky, a 2006 felony conviction for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, death by receiving stolen property, also a 2006 conviction for false statements, and a 2005 conviction out of Kentucky for bank fraud. In addition to the cases on the calendar, there are 3 additional open cases, Your Honor. A CWAC case under 23 CP 219961. Death by deception, 3 counts. That's under case number 23 CP 220091. And the third case is theft by deception, financial transaction card fraud, 3 counts under 23 CP 220152. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Rondon.
Good evening, Judge. For position 1 on the add-on calendar, the state and I have been able to come to a consent bond. So for 22 CP 210500, the bond that we've agreed to consent to is $3,000 with the following conditions: an ankle monitor, to surrender his passport, and to have no contact with the named victim. Position 2 for 22 CP 211078. We've consented to a $9,000 total bond with the same conditions as the previous case: ankle monitor, surrender the passport, and no contact with the named victim. For position 3, which is 22 CP 212559, we have agreed to a $15,000 total bond with the same conditions: ankle monitor, surrender passport, and no contact with the named victim, and also no contact with Erica Hewley, or AKA Erica King. And then additionally,
Now, Erica King is his co-defendant. I want some people to follow along. That's his co-defendant.
Judge, for position 4, which is 23 CP 215407, the last time we were in court for this case, the state announced that it was dismissed through a decline to prosecute. And so I'm a little confused why this case is back on the calendar.
I didn't see a dismissal on this one.
Your Honor, I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407, at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
Okay. So okay, so was the because I didn't see the dismissal filed yet.
I did not file one, Your Honor. Should I send you a?
Oh, okay. No, as long as you file, because I looked at it today and I didn't see the indictment. That's why. Okay, so all right, they'll dismiss it now, sir. Just so you know, they can also, if she says they're going to revive it in an indictment, they could indict your case and then rearrest you on a grand jury warrant. Just so you know. Okay, and I don't know about the case in front of Judge Edwards or the other indicted cases, if you've got bonds or what's happened with those.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right there, the judge already alerts him that they're going to, first of all, the other deputy DA says that no, we know we'll process it, but we are going to present it to a grand jury. Wooten is the head of the division. He's not just sitting there, just for them to negotiate a lower bail. That's the highest bond that he has on this particular case, and he has cases in Judge Adams' courtroom, the case where I covered for those who saw the video. He has cases in Judge Edwards, and now he has the attention of the RICO prosecutor. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? Why do you think this guy who's prosecuting part of the prosecution of the Donald Trump case, who's Fonnie Willis's right hand, is watching? He's joined in on this particular case. Can anyone figure why the top prosecutor will just be sitting there listening to what's happening? I'll let you take a crack at it, Avi.
I don't think we need to take a crack at it. I think you're right up the right alley. He's definitely there because they are about to indict him on a RICO, period. And it was a warning of this at Erica King's hearing, I think her bond hearing or something like that. And they mentioned at that point, the prosecutor mentioned that they are considering a RICO to be in place.
Well, this guy doesn't. Again, I've been watching him for the last 6 months, and he's really good. He got him along with Nathan Wade got 4 convictions, plea deals. And I don't see him. I cover Fulton County all the time. I don't see him in top cases. So he's not just sitting in the room while he has another case he has to cover. He's in there just monitoring to what the Judge Manning is going to say.
Do you think, I mean, how much do you think this guy earned? Or I mean, for this to become such a big profile thing, I mean, I always thought it was just mainly because of his connection to Steve Harvey. Like,
no, well, I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is something I want you guys to think about for a second. This has now become a media case. When you hear the term media case, you hear in my profession, when you hear like law enforcement talking about, oh, this is a media case, this is now garnered the attention of DA Fonnie Willis. It is now a case that is trending on the internet.
Yeah.
And who do you owe that to? Some of the YouTubers. It's not just because Shirley
Yeah.
Strawberry. It's not just because people get arrested all the time. But this guy apparently would do the phone calls and the conversations and certain things people are doing, and people are attaching themselves to this guy. But if you're doing something nefarious and you attach yourself to this guy, I don't care if you're a YouTuber, ex-girlfriend, or whatever the case, a RICO case tends to yield in more than one person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's after the fact.
Now, do you think since his co-defendant is out on bond, does that mean you think she's working with someone
I wouldn't even speculate to that degree. I would note that the judge did say in one of the conditions that he's not to have any contact with her. But the bigger picture is, what type of crimes that he was doing that would now get the attention of the top DA in that division? And is there any nexus to some of these charges? Because you heard the bond hearing that I shot. There was things that were said through these outcry victims. This is not a simple case. This has different dynamics. We heard different jurisdictions. We don't know to what magnitude some of the things that he's accused of.
Yeah.
But once you got a RICO prosecutor on you, I don't know. That's not something that you take lightly. But no one really caught that. And I said, it's something about this guy sitting here. I see him somewhere. I said, yeah, I took his picture. And it's in the Washington Post. So yes, yeah, he got the attention of the DA, Fonnie Willis. A lot of cases go through her office. She doesn't micromanage all the cases. But when you got your top DA on this particular case, that's a problem. And not only he's not just sitting in the room with everyone else, judge says in the beginning, Mr. Wooten is here. I said, Mr. Wooten, wait a minute. That name sounds familiar. Sure enough. So this guy said, I don't think he's going to be skating too quickly. They don't bring, top dogs in there for just any reason. And this is why when you start attaching yourself to a particular case and then you're doing it for, I don't know, people visiting people in jails and doing too much right now. And all I'm saying is if RICO is a tricky case. And if people are doing certain things like, maybe releasing pictures, intimidating witnesses, and sometimes people staying in jails longer than they have to on a petty crime, and then you wonder why they're staying there so long. I'm just saying, I'm just talking, guys.
You just said everything. You just laid it all out. That's exactly what's going on.
So, and then
now you know what someone said the other day. I don't know if it was in one of our chats recently or somewhere else. They wondered, did he upset Fonnie? Like, did he have any connection to her? Could it possibly be that not necessarily he dating her, but did maybe someone in her proximity, a friend, a relative?
I won't speculate on stuff like that,
And then that's why they are coming for him.
I'm dealing with the facts I have in front of me, and there's the fact that Will Wooten is attached to this case. And so you see these, in the other hearing, it was a very new prosecutor, in my opinion. She was kind of inexperienced, but she's just one piece of it. This guy is being shared with different judges in different scenarios. And then we talk about some things that are out of state as well. So I've seen how RICO cases are developed. We saw in our Kelly case how they got him in New York. They got a Mann Act on this guy. And they had him in Chicago. They had him in Minneapolis, but they let New York get him. They don't play with the RICO case. I seen one fully prosecuted RICO case in Georgia, and that was done by Fonnie Willis. Now she has 1, 2, 3. She has about 5 or 6 now. So now, when you get your top dog, they have to sit in a room and wait for the judge to call that calendar to call him up, and then she introduces him and say, "Wait a minute, this is not a regular case."
Right.
So.
Well, so that, and seriously speaking now, I feel like we have to speculate here a little bit because we know about the crimes that he's accused of that we're aware of. Do you think it's possible he could have had much more going on than we even know, and that we're going to find out later? Because
Absolutely, they're building a case right now.
yeah.
I can say that they are building a case against this guy. This is not no regular case. This is why he's been in this 600 how many days? The judge said it's a reason for that.
Yeah.
He's in the because they have defendants in Fulton County that have been there 2 or 3 years, but his case has garnered the attention of the district attorney. You know, so I don't know. I don't know what people thought. I don't know if people thought that he's and I don't think certain individuals even knew the guy was in the room. And they're around playing. I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, people just having fun, passing kites, sending kites, doing, I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, we want to leave that alone.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought this case was just one of those little cases, it's probably not going to end that way. And this is a cautionary tale for anybody. If your hands are dirty, it's probably the time to get your hands clean right now. If it's still time. If it's still time. But if it's dirty, hey, that's on you. You really can't be playing around with these cases, really. There are a lot of real victims out there. There, even with the allegations about the whole financial crimes and all that stuff, they got victims out there.
Yeah.
You don't know to what degree.
Right.
You don't know you'll know soon enough. I'm guessing next month.
You think that's soon? Well, they did say April, but I guess
hold on. Someone said it's civil. This is not civil.
No, it's a joke. They're joking. They're mocking the mistress. She always says, "Oh, it's civil. Everything's civil."
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Tea Lounge.
Yeah, it's civil, right?
I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know. I just feel like Earnest is a dangerous person, and you've got people cozying up to him, and I'm just taking the mistress as an example. She says we don't know what the truth is, but she says she's only seen him 5 times.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me just say, I've done a little research. If I can find out things, I'm sure they can. Let me just leave that alone. But I would just say that if your attempt was to try to throw people off, I don't know what kind of games people are playing, but I've seen these plays before. I tell people all the time, crimes, people think that there's such thing as a perfect crime. There's no perfect crime.
No.
There's no such thing as a perfect crime. It's like I asked the attorney the question the other day: when is a crime not a crime? When it's not on the books? Well, these crimes are on the books, and they have been investigated, reinvestigated. They have databases out now where they can just plug in. They got AI. They can just plug in certain type of behavior, and they will pretty much hone in on the particular crime. And now they'll start. The technology in 2024 is nothing like when I was in school. In the 80s, nothing like that. But I can tell you that when you have a prosecutor who is very concerned with her media presence, as we learned this during the various hearings involving in the Trump case, she's not letting a media case slip by her. She's running for election. She's not letting this case slip through her fingers. It's like, okay, y'all just make the job easier when you start putting these. And listen, I don't knock phone calls from Prisoners Hustle or anyone else's, but I think I don't know. Actually, you probably can help me with this. When did this guy start hitting the internet, and who was the person who started really covering this guy?
I can't really answer that. I could guess at it. I know that once phone calls from prison put those calls out, I know that Nyla Says from Grown Woman Vibes. I know that Real Talk Bougie. I know that Pam, the Esquire, the law intellect, I believe there were others. I want to say Sylvia was covering it as well.
Wait, hold on. Let's be clear. She's not just covering it, she's all over it.
She's in it.
She's in it. Her name is on her name is on the visitor log.
Yeah, her name is on the visitor's log. And it's also, okay, so Dennis, explain this to us. So she said she looked up his records recently, and under pre-indictment, her name is there with her Rule 22.
I would just say that her name is there. Her name
Well,
is
she
there.
said she said it's a clerical error, that her Rule 22 has nothing to do with him.
Is it really a clerical error? Do we know?
That's what I said.
Did we check with the clerk?
She wants us to believe it's a clerical error, but I said that. I don't know that that's a clerical error. I think it means something.
Well, mine don't have that on my Rule 22s. I've never seen that on none of mine. But I'm just saying, I'm not speculating. These people who input these, people make it mistakes. But now that we know that Mr. Will Wooten is involved, are they looking at everything? Oh, trust, they're looking at everything.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, don't start to be nice. No, I'm just, listen. All I'm saying is, as an investigative reporter, all I'm saying is you got to be able to separate fact from fiction.
Yeah.
You have to be able to. And I would say that certain things that was done obviously got the attention of the prosecutor's office. So you might have been putting the wrong column by accident, but you might be putting the right column on purpose. I'm just, I
just think it's, well, and the thing I was getting at earlier, though, let me just finish my statement real quick, because sometimes I know it takes me a while to get there. But when I was asking about,
well, hold on, before you ask any questions, ladies and gentlemen, make sure before we continue that you're smashing the like. Make sure you are smashing the like button, because I would not be able to do this without the support of all of you and my co-host as well. And this is work. We do this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say, it's interesting because I asked about his co-defendant, right? She's the one who many of us believe is the real mastermind, because when you talk to him, or you listen to him rather, he doesn't seem like, now unless he doesn't seem all that bright. He's not a complete dummy, because he's slick, he's manipulative, he knows how to infiltrate, obviously. But my question was going to be, do you think that he is the mastermind really, and that girl could possibly cut a deal? Or is he fooling? If that's the case, that means he's fooling all of us, because from what we can tell, she's more of the intellectual side of the business.
Well, again,
but he's inside and she's out.
But let me say this: as a journalist, I can't speculate. I don't want to even put that out there. I would just say that she does have interest in real estate. I do know that. To what degree, I don't know. I would just say that this is looking pretty let's just say involved by certain people, and this is why you never make yourself a part of the story. Never make yourself a part of the story. And I've seen people just recently take a fall from making themselves a part of a story. So I don't know. This is I'm going to watch this because I'm a part of the pool for the Trump case. So this is a case now I think I'm going to watch. I think,
absolutely.
It would be irresponsible at this point. Now that I've done some work on it, I want to see where it goes, because there's a lot of talk, and people play games on it. These phone calls, they be sending messages and codes and doing extra stuff, and I want to say this too. So this is for anybody that is concerned. Sometimes judges sign tap warrants. You never see it. It's under seal. You never know your phone's tapped. You never know if you never know. So when I don't know what is being done outside of what has been done already, but judges sign warrants all the time. You just won't know the warrant is out there until after the warrant has been executed. And we talking search warrants, we talking phone taps, we talking all that stuff. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
So sometimes people think they're smarter than the people that make a living doing this.
Right.
Eat, sleep, drink. They think they're smarter than that. No different than Fonnie didn't have to really deal with the whole Cellbrite situation, but that Cellbrite, the law enforcement uses that all the time. But the judge Judge McAfee didn't see an issue, which I 2,000 phone calls, 2 text messages, they were in love, clearly. Because if I'm texting you 2,000 times, we got some special going on.
They were doing nearly $1 million worth of business. Don't you think that might call for some text messaging?
$1 million worth of business?
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
You talking about Fonnie and Nathan and the text messages?
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't he give almost $600,000? He better be texting. He better be doing all kinds of things. What are you saying? $600,000.
Yeah. Well, he's out of a job himself right now. So
he doesn't need a job right now. He made $600,000.
Okay, that's going to run out.
He has a pension, I'm sure. Well, no, he only had $2,000.
No, but let's be honest. He has a law firm. He's going to be okay.
He's going to be fine.
And
he's probably still advising her from the back.
From the back.
Well, however she likes it. I don't know.
Not from the back. Come on. Oh my goodness.
Judge.
So I would just say that this is this case is definitely turning up, turning up. And that one charge that there no pros. I don't know what the next indictment is going to look like. That's going to be crazy.
What was that last part? What was that last thing you said?
I would say that if you put money up to be bonded out, just say right now, based on everything he has and everything, the judge already said they can rearrest him on the grand jury indictment,
Oh, yeah. So that, can you imagine letting him out and somebody lose? Well, they're going to lose the money anyway.
Right?
They
don't lose the money.
Yes, they do. They do.
No, the bond is to assure that he'll come back to court. They won't lose the money unless he absconds.
No. There's certain bonds that you pay. You pay a percentage of it, and it's the surety bond, right? Right. And the surety bond, you pay the percentage. Once you pay that percentage, it doesn't matter whether he comes back or not. You lose that money. That money's gone.
No, not the bonds they're different type of bonds. They're cash bonds. They're bonds that
you got to have the whole thing, right?
Right. There are bonds that you also have to have property. Because if your bond is $400,000 and you're only putting 10-20% up, well, you better have some assets out there because they want to make sure that because the court is going. If you jump bail, the court is going to make whoever put the bond. They call for the $400,000 or $7,000. So you just got to put that money up front, but you also have to have something backed by that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let me read some of the comments here.
Okay, I was going to say, Dr. Pat said Infamous can put her house up.
Okay. I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think so?
No, that's going to happen. Let's see. He has a
look. Missy said, "I'm right. They lose the money."
So he has a good. He has a good bond. He has a good bond.
You use it with the bail bondsman. You do.
Right. No, he has a good bond. And she did. Okay. Yeah, he has to put the whole thing up. Yep. You got to put the whole thing up. Yeah.
Damn, that's jacked up. That's $1
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
million. Damn near. Might as well
Let's see
be.
here. I'm just looking at. I see a few. Okay, listen, guys. If you want your comment to be read, you know what you got to do. Hit the chat, super chat, whatever you need to do. Do you have any thoughts about how these calls are being released? Do you think that he should stop talking on these phone calls and start writing letters? What do you think?
Well, look, I mean, we've known for a long time, you can get a 911 call. Any one of us can ask for a 911 call to be released. Mm-hmm. And then when that happens, people put them out here on the internet all the time. They know that those jailhouse calls are being recorded and are often used in court proceedings. So if they want to continue to talk, that's on them. The fact that these particular calls have made it to the internet is only because they put themselves in this position. So I think that the way in which she's releasing them is so funny, because it's almost as if they say something that contradicts something they said in the phone call that they forgot they said. And a lot of times, Shay from Phone Calls from Prison, she already has one ready in queue to sort of contradict what they just said.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
And sometimes they're older. It's crazy. They talk too damn much. So, mm-hmm. And they're not going to stop talking. But here's the thing. When they were on the phone the other day, he gave her like 3 digits in a previous message, and then came this time and gave 4 digits.
What?
So it's like they're trying to talk in code so that he can either use another PIN number, or they got a burner phone in there.
In Cobb County?
Yeah.
Yeah, the phones get, let me say something about burner phones. Do you know they plant burner phones in there, let them come in so they can just listen to the calls?
That makes sense.
Yeah, the burner phones get planted. They allow them to come in. They get it to come in and let them talk on the phone, and they get everything. I've seen cases where they say, "Oh yeah, that was one of our phones." they planted a high profile case.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, they're dumb. So, but here's the thing: they're saying it in front of us like somebody's not going to pick up on what they're saying. So I say, let them talk.
They got burner phones in feds.
They have
phones in the
feds. They have them everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, juvenile detention centers. Everybody got them. Drugs and phones. Anything you need is in the jail. Okay.
Yeah, so I would probably be covering the case to I don't. This case may go on for another, because you got to get indicted. Ooh. This may go on for another year.
Yeah. Ooh, he is. I said he's not going anywhere. He's going to be there. He's not coming out. Well, he's going to stay in there, and then he's going straight to prison, because I don't see him getting out of everything that he's accused of. Not with all of these victims.
Well, you saw during the bond hearing that I covered, you saw he did like 15 years.
Yeah.
He did some hard time. So it's not like.
But they're saying that the crimes are a little different, right? I don't know what those crimes were initially. But aren't these crimes different from those? That's always the argument.
Let me just say this:
talking.
A lot of those crimes definitely, if you put them all together, they definitely look RICO-ish. I mean, look at a Young Thug's case, and look at his indictment. Then you look at this, and you got weapons, you have financial crimes, you have allegations of the other stuff. I don't want to say on the platform. And
Right.
again, if what is being reported is true as far as all these other cases,
Right.
people losing money, and
Yeah.
is it something that they can resolve with? He just had too many charges. It seemed like he had like what?
A lot.
A lot.
It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And he's constantly, the thing that just messes me up is he's constantly just saying how much he's innocent and how God has got him and God. I mean, all this God talk is like, it's so manipulative.
He has a RICO case. That's like life, like if you're convicted, that's life. And he's not a young guy,
No.
not a young guy.
I think he's what, 58, 50, 58 right now, I think.
Yeah, he might, let's see how strong the case is. He has a good lawyer. I think Hannah's pretty decent for a public defender. But I don't think she knew who Wooten was because she's only been on the job like 2 years. I don't think she knew like his once she knew that when she knew that she had some indication that once he joined in that this might be above her pay grade. Because
but if she's a public defender, you don't think she would know? She'd be aware of him. I mean, she's hired by the state. I mean, they in some ways work together.
Well,
don't they?
I mean, then he would have had to know that because this guy's involved now. Hopefully, she shared that with him. Hey, this guy in the room, he ain't just in there supervising anybody. He's making sure that if there's any talk about releasing, because the judge one time, Judge Manning, this was a couple of years ago, she gave someone a bond that the DA, DA blasted about. You get this guy was responsible for shooting a cop. They want to make sure this guy doesn't slip away. So,
Obviously.
So
they are delaying everything, every hearing, every bond. They refused it as long as they could for some, and then came back and gave him bonds on some, but not on others. I mean, it was just like toying with this dude. I loved it.
I couldn't keep up. Then I saw Pam's live last night. I said, wait a minute.
Oh, I gotta watch Pam.
Yeah, I said, wait a minute. This is interesting. And then,
so what was her live about last night?
No, she was talking about the bond. But when I heard his name, when I heard Wooten's name, that's what got my attention. I said, okay, wait a minute. Why is he in this room? Then I put two and two together. This guy's not. He's just especially she had it, and people got to understand this guy works mornings. She had a hearing in the evening.
Oh,
so
that hearing was in the evening.
This was in the evening around 5 o'clock, after 5.
Oh, wow.
And he works in the morning. So I'm like, wait a minute, why is this guy even in here? But anyway, he's watching I'm surprised he didn't come into the well, that was during the daytime, so they were probably working on Trump case. But when I covered the bond hearing, I'm surprised he didn't come into the court for that, just to sit there. But I had a camera there. He can look at the footage. They had a court reporter there.
Hilarious.
So,
wow.
Any other topic you want to discuss before we leave? You want to bring anybody up?
I wouldn't mind getting your insight, a little more of an understanding behind Sylvia's name on that damn case. Look at that. Have you ever, with your Rule 22, shown up with your document in somebody's case file?
Shout out to Patricia Young. Thanks for the Cash App. Thank you, Patricia Young. I just checked it. My phone's on silent. Appreciate you, Patricia Young.
You just doxed that lady.
I doxed her?
Yeah. I'll tell you why later. Thank you, ma'am. I love you, girl. I'll tell you why later.
Okay, I'm sorry if I didn't mean to dox you.
Thank you for Dennis. He ain't paying attention. He wasn't reading. Don't even acknowledge it. She said she don't care. Okay. It's Dr. Pat. Dr. Pat Dr. Pat said, I'm going to cash app you because I can't afford super chat. And then she said her whole damn name.
I'm sorry. Listen. Listen. Let me do it for my. You know, Charlamagne gives the donkey of the day. I'm gonna give myself the. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
Do it again. One more time.
You kind of risky there, right?
Lord,
oh my goodness. So
Dr. Pat, but still, I don't like that. He wasn't paying attention.
No, she know, you know, she know I didn't mean it. You was asking me the question about the I never seen that. I never seen that. Like,
okay, because I was gonna say, because some people were trying to make sense of it, like, well, maybe it's because I don't know. I can't think of a good reason why her name would be in there, but she claims it's a clerical error, and it just proves just how disorganized Fulton County is, and that's why Nesto still doesn't have the dismissal off for the CP charges.
Listen. Samantha, don't do it, Samantha. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen. Let me tell you something. I made the phone call. I made the phone call to help move the process along. I ain't making no more phone calls. You know what I'm saying?
You made what phone call?
No, I'm saying when the person was inside, I made the phone call to
give
him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not making no more.
You were trying to help her.
Yeah, I ain't making no more phone calls. None of that. All that stuff is done. You know, I did it. You know, I did it once.
You were trying to help her.
Right. But, you know, some people can't help.
I was like, what's wrong with you? A minute ago, you was mad at her. Now you all, we should get her out. This is not right. Sylvia's been in there too long.
A few moments later.
And we're here. and now we're here.
Now we're here.
Listen, I just felt like they were dragging their tail. But hey, listen.
Well,
some people need to be dragged. Some people need to be dragged. I'm just saying that.
That means it's your fault then that she went to visit Nesto 2 times.
Don't put that on me. And
you wanted to speed it out. See, and she stayed there a couple more days longer. She might not have even thought about going on no damn visit to see Nesto.
I think
she done been twice since she got out.
Something else I heard, ladies and gentlemen, it was pretty interesting. I heard on Pam's live. I heard that it was Sonia and apparently all three, they went on a 3-way call, a party line. It was Nesto, Sonia, and
Sylvia.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, when was this? Recently? I could see that happening.
I don't know how. I don't follow the calls, but it was a moment in history where they all three was on there.
Yeah. I think that was over. Yeah. I think that was on maybe Sylvia's live or something. Maybe we heard it.
I think it was Sonia. It was Sonia's call. It was Sonia's call where Nesto then the other person came in afterwards.
But how did that doesn't make sense though. How would they have been able to? You're saying Sonia recorded it? That means Sonia recorded it,
right?
Why would she record it and then leak it? Doesn't benefit her.
I don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing either. Why you fooling?
Sometimes.
Just Here to Learn says no, it's on phone calls from prison after they dropped and dismissed. Okay, yeah. So when they were together, because you know Sonia and Sylvia have met. They took a picture together. This is what I'm telling you.
All these selfies may come back and bite you.
I know. She's taking selfies of her and Sonia. And they be on the phone and she gives her pictures.
Yeah, I don't get involved in cases like that. You ain't got me on selfie with nobody.
Does that mean that they were together when
When they took
was
the
it
selfie,
three-way?
yeah.
Okay, so they called Sylvia. Okay, they called Sylvia. But you know, they saw each other. Ain't no telling they could have talked to Ernesto then too. I can't wait for that call to come out. I don't understand what those digits were that she was passing back and forth, thinking we didn't know what was going on.
What digit?
Sonia and Ernesto. They were you know, I gave you the first 3 digits earlier. Now here are the last 4.
Did it spell out to be RICO?
Yeah. And she is gonna end up pulling herself in some mess, helping this dude.
See, you're a mess. Listen, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Hold on. I'm opening up the floor to those who want to join in. It's Sunday. We can have a little fun for tomorrow. Click on the link if you want to come in and ask any questions you want of myself or V. You know, we're going to open this up for a bit. You guys may have something interesting to offer.
Yeah. Hell, a lot of times they know more about what's going on than I do.
I can't keep up. I'm trying to
telling you.
You know,
it's always something. And why would anybody want to just be mingling with these folks like this? I don't understand it.
It's beyond me. I mean,
and you're doing it. You're supposed to be covering it, and now you praying.
It's
and also she was like, "Hey, ladies, Sonia, Nesto broke up," and so she was taking names for any women in the chat who were interested.
What?
Yes.
Wow. When doing too much.
She said, "Well, because she was trying to encourage the mistress to stay with the married man." Yeah, she was. I heard her.
Just don't let them get access to your social security number. We dropped the link already. The link is dropped. The link is dropped. You missed the link. The link is dropped.
Yep, you have to come over to Dennis's live. I can't. I don't think I can. Can I drop his link? Wait.
I don't know if you can drop.
Oh wait, I might be able to.
Can you drop my link?
I might be able. Let me see.
You got listen. You got to come over here. You got to subscribe to my channel. You got to follow my channel.
Yes, they have to subscribe to you. So come over there.
Oh, you dropped the. You got the link, girl. Look at you with that link.
I did right after you said that. I mean, right before you said that. Did it come in there?
I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
D, pin the link, D to Diva, pin the link. Pin the link. Come on, click on that link. Don't play. Come on up in here. Come on, Mocha Wine. Mocha Wine. What Mocha Wine got to offer? Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring Mocha Wine out. What's up, Mocha Wine?
Good evening, Dennis.
Good evening.
Lenore. Thank you for having me. Really quick, I was wondering about the numbers too. So like I'm a numerologist and everything, like I study numbers. So it caught my attention immediately when he rambled off the numbers. And something tells me that he is giving her Martha's phone number because he had been trying to get that phone number from Martha about his daughter. Remember he and Sonia had a phone call where he was trying to get the phone number. He was calling the other daughter for it. And he said he needed to speak to them folks because before she does something, the crazy daughter does something. And he needed to let her know that she's doing a bad thing. I want to say the call was about 2 weeks ago, but I noticed that too. I was like, and then he's not even, nonchalant about it. He just 64589. So you know what I mean? He just rumbles off a number, and so of course you're gonna be
does he know they can slow up the recording?
Right, or check other things because he's trying to act. They're acting like either in a previous call or in a text message. I think in the text message he sent one part, and then this is the last part.
Right.
But here's the thing: he was giving her the number, not the other way around. So you're saying he would want Sonia to call Martha?
Right, because he already asked her to make a phone call.
Mm.
Remember, he had
But
already
I'm just
asked her
trying
to
to
make a
understand
phone call.
why would he? Let me look at it from this perspective. If I'm Martha, why am I gonna talk to this heifer?
You're not going to. If you're Martha, me, or any normal woman, you're not going to. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, V. Lenore. In the call where he was trying to get Sonia to make a phone call to some people that he knew, it was one of the victims' grandmothers. Remember?
Yeah.
He said, I'm good with them folks. I've known them for 40 years or something like that. He said he wanted her to call, but she didn't make the call.
Yep.
Now, when he talks about the people who he figured it out amongst the list of the people that he's ordered to stay away from, the name comes up. And they have been trying to get, he has been lately in the calls that we've been hearing, trying to get Martha's phone number. And he even said it, he wants to talk to them folks before the daughter do something crazy and she don't even know what she's doing and what they getting her into. And I think he believes that Sheridan has coerced this girl somehow to go in a cahoots with her.
He doesn't believe that. That's what he's telling everybody. He does. I don't think he even believes that. He's just trying to link it up and make it make sense as to why he doesn't like either one of them and doesn't trust either one of them. It's probably because both of them have identified how crazy he is and have maybe mentioned it to one another, but that's not what he's worried about. He wants to shut her up. Now, I'm just curious, how in the world does he think that's going to be possible?
Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry. Excuse me for interrupting. Here's the thing.
No, you're fine.
V. Lenore, remember the outcry statement that came out in the
bond hearing, right?
And if you look up the definition of outcry, it means anybody over the age of 18 should speak up for someone who has reported a crime against them or whatever, whether it's emotional, physical, mental abuse, whatever. And he's already said this girl has mental issues. So when that happened, the outcry statement, that's when he's, it's like the calls, we're hearing the calls of recent where he's asking to get in touch with Martha. He wants to get in touch with the girl's mama.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, guys. D said talk about collusion and other being charged. What are you talking about the collusion? Can you be more specific, D?
I don't know what I don't know what D is talking about. When she says collusion of like what, with Sonia as well, pulling her into as part of the collusion? He and Sonia and
hold on, Mocha and V. Monique, unmute yourself.
Hi, Monique.
Hi, everyone. I just have a quick question, Dennis and Miss Lenora. Does our question have to be related to this case, or can it be related to the Fani case that you covered? I have a question about that one.
Say that again.
Does our question have to be related to the Nesto case?
No, you talk about any case you want to talk about.
Okay, I've been seeing that content creators are putting out that Fani is going to be disbarred. Is that something, or possibly can be disbarred at this point? Do you believe that? I just want to hear your opinion on that.
I don't believe she's going to be disbarred. She's an elected official. I know it's very clickbaitish, but I listened to a content creator talk about it. I listened to an attorney talk about it, but then I listened to the complaint, and the complaint doesn't have a lot of meat to it. And people are going to make complaints, and they're going to, she's a DA, so she's a big target anyway. People are going to make complaints anyway. She got her involved in the Senate, a Georgia State Senate hearing, as well as the Congress is calling in. She has to provide documents by March 28th. I don't think she's going to get disbarred. I think that's just, people are pissed off. They're pissed off that the judge ruled for her. I knew it was going to happen. So I don't think so. I think that's just a lot of nonsense. Just no different than the motions that were filed by Ashley Merchant, where they pretty much fell flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was going to say, I agree with Dennis. I do not think that she'll be disbarred. I don't think that they found any grounds that she had broken any laws or even any of their real policies that they have there in place. She had a relationship with a guy that she worked with, and in the state of Georgia, they are allowed to date co-counsel as well as opposing counsel. So where is the conflict? And their relationship that was not going to impact the defense of Donald Trump. So I'm not seeing where she did anything wrong outside of I don't know. I honestly don't see what she did wrong, to be quite honest with you. She kept her business private. They keep saying she was hiding it. Private and hiding are two different things.
Two big, very different things. And Bradley was a chatty patty that was probably jealous of his former partner. He got booted from the firm because of his indiscretions, and it was a lot to do about nothing. Pink Clover, how are you?
Thank you. I'll drop down now. Thank you both for answering.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I am great. Just a couple things because I'm driving. So it's a lot of things that Ernesto could be wrapped up in this RICO situation. So with him and his co-defendant Erica King, um, there could be bank fraud, there could be wire fraud.
Yep.
There are the R allegations. There could be bigotry. I don't know if that's even legal.
No, that's not RICO. That's not RICO.
Okay. Oh, okay. But can it be a charge? My question is, can it be a charge? Because that's illegal, correct? And Shirley Strawberry, if it's gonna be this whole RICO thing, there could be a lot of subpoenas being dropped, not only Shirley Strawberry. And if she's not really married to him, if he's actually married to this other lady, she could be compelled to testify against him. You have Sonia, you have Lamont, you may even have Dre, because Dre said he likes to take girls in that bus. Dre calls it a bus, which refers to the RV. He likes to take the girls that he cheats on his wife with to the bus and use dildos and make them get on their knees and all that. Dre have referenced that about something around to that effect around 3 times. Dre could be subpoenaed, there could be a lot of subpoenas dropping. And
his son is looking at some other charges, but his son
correct. Yeah. And then also what I'm thinking, when we've seen the video calls now, right? And a couple of times, a few times, Ernesto, Sonia, she just likes to talk. And a few times Ernesto have tried to stop her from talking, period. He would wave his hands or or he would immediately change the subject. But it's this one in particular time that Sonia talks about the computer. The only thing they have to do is get your computer and pull the records from it, and they will see that you're telling the truth. And Ernesto was waving his hands and he goes no, they don't need to do that. So I know there's something in that computer of his, whether it's i.e. child P, I don't know, or bank information of different people, Social Security. It could be a variety of things. Social Security numbers,
let me say
credit card numbers that we knew that he had written down. He had several credit card numbers written down of other people. Go ahead, Dennis.
Okay, I was about to. Well, all of this is alleged. I want people to understand these are allegations that have yet to be proven in a court of law, but the ones that he has been convicted, those have been proven in the court of law. How can you say that?
Said there could be a variety of things, but this is just me speculating here. There could be a variety of things, and we knew from what the outcry witnesses said, the Gail Kings and other lady, he used their cards he wasn't authorized to use their cards. We know that for sure. We know that he had a credit card number written down. We know that he had one of the ladies' vehicles, and from what I've seen, he's also Erica King allegedly like to wash titles or whatever, and we know that
Hold on.
Ernesto had several vehicles.
Hold on. You use the word seen. You've seen this, or that's the speculation?
Well, this was in Erica's indictment information, so you may have to read up on it just a little bit more. But it's a lot of things, and this ties in with you pointing out the Wooten guy, and that's why I'm hitting on all these things.
Yeah.
I know that you probably haven't been tracking this, but you know it's a lot that
I'm
goes
tracking it
along
now.
with it.
I'm tracking it
Yeah,
now.
so read a little bit about Erica King. It talks in her indictment, her warrant. It gives a little bit of information of her history and what she likes to do, and it even tells like a few other things that they found in her home. You know, so
Really?
it's a lot of things that could connect to this RICO if she's involved with it in Ernesto. And there could be a lot of things that we don't know about.
She has to be involved in it. Now, how they're going to use her is one thing. That's why I was asking Dennis earlier, like, what are we thinking here? Like, are we just thinking that she isn't the mastermind and he really was all along? Or do we think that she just cut a deal faster?
I would say that whatever people are speculating about, it will all come out in the wash and or indictment. Assuming they're going to move forward in April, because they said they're going to, in the bond hearing, they said they're going to get him indicted by April.
Right.
I mean, they did plant that seed, and now we see Mr. Wooten in there. So I don't know.
And I just want to add, excuse me, I just want to add the most recent phone calls from prison conversations. Sonia saying that Lamont sent her something inappropriate, right?
Who's Lamont? I don't know.
Lamont is
Lamont's his friend.
half brother.
He calls his brother.
They say they don't have the same mother, but whatever. I don't know if they're blood or not. But anyways, when she mentioned it, she made sure that she said animated pictures and in
animated pictures of videos.
Animated
pictures of videos, moving pictures of videos.
Sonia said that Lamont had sent her an animated photo of a woman and she didn't appreciate it. She wanted Ernesto to say something to Lamont. Lamont's Ernesto's response was that I told that nigga to sit down somewhere. You see what I'm going through, blah, blah, blah. Now, we don't know where those images are held. We don't know if it's on a computer and we don't know if it's on a phone.
His brother.
What we do know from the warrant is that these were animated depictions, and infamous Sylvia was very descriptive in what these pictures looked like, and she said they were animated.
How could she be so descriptive?
She was reading from the warrant. It described a little girl that they figured was under the age of 14, doing an act with a dog. She described the girl, what she was wearing, long socks.
Well, I'll just read the indictment. I don't want to go into the
okay. But that's why I feel like these charges are going to be revived, because of the fact that they may have to do more research. You know what I mean? Investigating, getting more information, and it just.
I think they have already done more research before we even. I think we are not even caught up to everything they know. That's what I think.
Lamont, even before this, Lamont is tied in because he impersonated an attorney under Jones and Jones law firm. So that's where he's wrapped up in this and could possibly get pulled in on a RICO, because he's done some things too. And now these pictures, if these pictures, or I don't know if Sonia's trying to make it or implicate Lamont as the one to be the source of the pictures. You know, it could go either way.
Yeah, those phone records. Cellbrite is very powerful. Cellbrite is very powerful.
And one thing that I heard in one of the recent phone calls, Ernesto, when he told Shirley and Dre about the new charges, the CP charges he had just received, he made one thing clear, was that Mercedes, I don't know what type of vehicle it was, could have been a G-Wagon or something. He made it clear that vehicle was paid for in full. And from what I've seen, and Dennis, when I say seen, it's just what he posts on social media. He
I was
had
about to ask you.
ideas of businesses, but I don't think that he had any residual income coming in from these businesses.
You're right. And the whole reason why he was able to afford that and her ring was because he got almost $190,000 out of Gail Scretchen, right? So
Correct.
and
Correct.
then he took the
Who's Gail?
teacher's Mercedes, or he took
Another
Gail's
ex
Mercedes
girlfriend.
and traded it in and bought a motor coach instead of trading her car in for a motor coach for her. He put the motor coach in his business name. Then he turned around.
Dennis, you're missing
and
a lot,
sold the
Dennis.
motor coach to another
I'm covering a lot.
It's all in the warrant. It's all in the warrant. So,
turned
we're just updating you on things that's in the warrant. Go ahead, baby.
He turned around and sold the motor coach and bought Shirley's G-Wagon. So the G-Wagon was paid for. It wasn't in repossession. The F-350 was in repossession.
And that's why they took the G-Wagon and they took the ring from Shirley,
right,
because it was paid for Gail, from Gail Bickham's money. It's all in the warrant.
Yeah.
And you remember when Shirley was talking to him about when they got the ring from her, and the investigator was telling her that the ring was gotten with from like another person's money or something like that. And it was a check written, a $20,000 check written, and it wasn't his money. And he was like, "Oh, no, we don't got to talk about that. We don't got to talk about that. They don't know what they're talking about."
And Dre even reminded Nesto, he's like, "This woman is hurt. They done took her ring off her finger and took her car. You know, you got to say something to her, Nestos."
Yes. So it's a lot that's really in these warrants, Dennis, that from the victims, from their victim impact statements, that they tell the whole story about everything, on how he accumulated his money.
Yeah, I'm going to read the warrant tonight. I'm going to read it. I'm not going to
He
read it
robbed from Patricia and gave to Paula.
You're not going to read them out loud? Why not? Why not, Dennis?
Because it's some things in there graphic. I don't
very
put
graphic
names out there.
Yeah.
V. Lenore, have you heard the reading of those charges and the description of those pictures?
Shout out to Crystal Jordan. I see you, Crystal. Come on up in here, Crystal.
I heard the high level description.
It was read after on the Tasha K show, the after party, when Grown Woman Vibes and Bougie was on there with Sylvia. She read that was the first time I heard them. But she read them on her live before even going there, and she was so repulsed she had to take a break from it. She couldn't stand to read it, and then she turned around and went on Tasha K, and it just flowed off. It was too much for us. As a viewer, I was gasping. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, "Oh my goodness!" I just kept saying, "Oh my goodness!" But yeah, she read them.
Do you think him going on Tasha K's platform really got the attention of the prosecutors?
Absolutely.
It could have, and he even suggested that Shirley Strawberry is not as innocent as everybody thinks. So, he was really upset in that call. Ernesto is not as smart as he thinks he is, and as he's tried to convince everyone else that he is. Because
and
even in the January,
he's not as dumb as we think he is.
Yeah, because he was trying to deceive Shirley in that January 2023 call with his whole trade-in F-350 situation. I'm like, if you owe $20,000, only $20,000 on an F-350, even if it has 230,000 miles on it. For a diesel truck, you can still get trade-in value of at least $25,000 on that vehicle. So
With
that
that much mileage?
$5,000 from that equity goes towards the next vehicle. And he was just trying to tell her, no, you're going to be upside down on that truck and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. Either he's intentionally trying to deceive her, or he just don't know as much as he thinks he knows about credit and about vehicles.
He just didn't want her to trade it in.
I think so too.
He
Yeah.
wanted her to hold on to it till he got out.
Because an
And then she had to
F-350 is a
remind him.
dually working truck.
She had to remind him, even though she asked his permission, she had to remind him, it's my truck.
Exactly.
Why do you think the wife, Shirley, has not really making public statements? Because the phone calls are not public statements. They may be the public may have access to the phone calls, but not have spoken out. Why do you think?
I'm sorry, I've had to take a quick message. I'm sorry. Repeat the question, Dennis.
Oh, we just talked all about you just now.
No, you didn't. No, my lives just went down. So they my moderators.
Put it back up.
Hold on.
Am I still in StreamYard though?
Yeah. Well, we are.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. I know it. It went off of my TV. I noticed that, and I was just looking for it.
Okay. Well, in any event, why do you think that Shirley has not made a public statement? V?
I don't think that she, outside of the statement that she made on the show last year, I don't think she's going to make another statement.
Period.
I think everything she said on the Steve Harvey show was that they're in the process of getting a divorce. You know, that wasn't her live. She apologized to Steve. I don't think that she's going to come out here and say anything else.
No, she's going to distance.
Nor should she.
She's going to remain distant. She's going to remain distant.
How do you think she feel about the blogger lady, the other blogger lady? Because I got only one person I call the blogger lady. I might have to give it to the other person as well. But those two are visiting him in jail.
She can't possibly like the fact that this. See, I think the one reason why Sonia is sticking around, I think that the fact that she has been so instrumental in ruining his relationships with his attorneys, and she's so far invested in this. I think that was the final straw for Shirley. Not just the public humiliation, not the fact that it could have impacted her job, but on top of that, here's this woman who you told me not to come to visit you, and you told the attorneys not to talk to me, even though I'm paying for it. But you talk to this girl all day, every day, and she's visiting every week, and everybody's hearing all about it, and you're humiliating me?
After I've spent upwards of $60,000, $70,000 on 3 separate attorneys.
Ain't no way.
That's major.
Way.
And
ain't no way.
I think to another point, Shirley is going to even further distance herself because these CP charges are alive. They're alive. They're revived and alive, right? And she's in the public eye. And they can be so opinionated, and if she stands by her man on that, I mean, that can be an issue for her career for real.
Yeah. You gotta be you be careful. You butter your bread at the. Is she still on the radio station?
Yes.
With Steve?
Yes.
Yeah, she was supposed to have gotten I think, and this is just speculation from the Jasmine brand, a $5 million contract over the next 5 years. Just speculation. No one really knows.
She was making 400 and something, so that's a good. She doubled her salary per year.
Yes.
Oh yes, man. He playing around. Like
she did lose some endorsements along the way because she was the voice of advertisement in Atlanta for a lot of restaurants and things. So
Oh, wow.
she Dion did mention on a phone call, she done lost some endorsements, man. She done lost that. You know, the
Yeah.
restaurant she was supposed to do the thing for, they don't even want to fuck with her, man. Yeah.
I don't understand though why she doesn't have, like, why she's so broke. Like, why so broke when you even just making 400 something $1,000. Like, I don't get it.
Mismanages her money for image, I believe. It's an
But
image
okay,
she's
but when
trying
I
to
get my
uphold.
next check, what you gonna do with that check? Like, I don't understand. If she didn't have this was all when she didn't have a place to live, which means she wasn't paying rent. She didn't have a car because they took it, so she ain't paying no car notes.
But you remember that's when she was paying all those expensive lawyer fees for Ernesto. I think during that 6-month time frame when she was staying with her friend.
She was
But
stacking her
if
money.
I
She was
make
putting like
$400,000,
and remember the storage unit was $3,000 a month.
that's crazy right there.
What the hell I got in storage here? $3,000.
Right.
Yeah, and she
They
maybe was
whole
still
house.
helping her daughter.
They moved from a 7,000 square foot home.
Oh, that's a big house.
Okay. And
That's a-
put
that's
that
a-
stuff
that's
in
a mansion.
storage.
But they've moved 5 times. They've been evicted 5
They've been
times during the
evicted,
10
yes.
years
And
of their relationship.
so Shirley has
Someone saying not true. These okay. People say
Shir-
not true. What? Not true. Not true. What are they saying? Not true.
Shirley has
Child,
gone
that's
from a
probably
house
Sonya.
to an apartment. You know what I mean? And she still has to pay for that storage unit if she wants to keep the things. And these are things that Nesto talks about. He has, I don't know if it's barber equipment from the barber shop. I don't know what it is. Furniture, what they have, appliances. I don't know what they have in that storage.
Well,
she
they, no.
talks
They
about it.
you can
And-
have $3,000 in storage rooms because you have several rooms,
Right.
but there's no storage room. Like you can get a whole warehouse for that. Well, not whole warehouse.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right.
say.
And remember that she's also got that garnishment from the
IRS back taxes.
and then she has the IRS garnishments. So
How much taxes
even
did they owe?
she owes $400 and something thousand in back taxes. She owes.
Yeah, it was just like it just mismanagement of money, keeping up with the lifestyle, wanting
Yes.
to ride in the ghost in the G wagons
They had
and
a
all
ghost.
that, and basically
had a
living
ghost?
above your means.
Well,
had-
she
Yeah,
was
Ernesto
adjacent.
also had a ghost. Yes.
She was adjacent to Steve Harvey and Marjorie. She envies Marjorie's life. When she talked about that woman's house, what she has in her house, she wants a house like that. And so she was.
But with
trying to look the part.
$400,000, you can create that with the mini mansion for yourself if you
This is
manage your
true.
money right. And
Absolutely.
Ernesto's supposed to be this credit guru who helps people build credit. He knows all about credit. So as a man and as a man who's supposed to be your woman's backbone, why didn't you help her manage her money better? Why didn't you take her to the side and say, hey, baby, no, because you wanted to ride around in the Ghost, which was a really nice vehicle, and paid off, by the way, Dennis. Like all of his expensive vehicles was paid off. So who knows where that money came from, And they supposedly, Erica King was supposedly scammed Charles White. What's his name? Charleston White?
Charleston White, yeah.
Yeah, so he could be. Seriously, he talks about it himself. So who knows what he told, and this just allegedly, who knows?
He did mention it. Hey, Dennis, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you know Shawty on
Comedian.
That's her, Erica King's ex-husband too.
What? Not Shorty.
Yes. His name is Hughley, right? Her name is Erica King Hughley or Hughley.
Hughley.
Well, I know Shorty.
They said
He's
Hughley
on the
in the
radio.
course,
He's on the
but I
radio.
know it is Hughley too from DL. Huh?
I know Shorty from the radio station.
That's him.
Young Jock and Miss Sarnika.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one. She was married to him.
Yeah, he cut rug. I'm out.
Yeah, he left with some domestic violence. There was some domestic violence charges, and then she slashed her sister's tires. And it's weird because her sister has custody of her
All of her kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Does he have kids with Erica or no?
No.
Okay.
Well, ladies and
But
gentlemen, this is ladies. I don't see any gentlemen here. What if the fellas at? I'm the only gentleman here. How do you do, ladies?
I don't know if you're being gentlemanly, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. Ah! So we're gonna monitor, the case as as things unfold. If you want to come up, I'm gonna drop the people that are on the live now. Thank you, Pink. Thank you, Mocha Wine, and
Yes, y'all.
thank you.
thank you.
Hope to see you guys back here. Make sure you're following. Okay. Anyone else want to come? No, sir. I'm here as well. Okay. Casey, get on up here.
Okay,
Don't leave me.
that's a
Don't-
gentleman.
Don't let me be up here with all these ladies by myself. Not that I can't handle them. You can come up if you want. Listen, bring your camera on. Turn your camera on. Come on, I want to listen. Don't give me the fake.
Oh, that's my friend.
Oh, that's your friend. Okay, all right, okay.
That's my family. Hi.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, you want mute, girl?
Unmute yourself. Unmute.
You're on mute.
Let me unmute you.
Why do you need me on camera? Well, who are you, Kevin Samuels? Reincarnated? What is that?
Hey, listen.
No, listen.
listen.
You listen.
I'm from the manosphere. Let's go. What? Let me get
Don't
my.
tussle with her, Dennis. Don't tussle with her.
Let me get Dennis Sperling and let me get lead attorney over here. What's going on?
I wanted to just tell you, since you want my camera on, you got it.
Yes, love.
The reason, why do you think it is that women are the only people present when we're dealing with all these deep issues and things of the sort? Why do you think that is?
I can speculate, but I won't do that.
Hey, Dennis. Hey, by the way, Dennis, nice to meet you. My name is Marla.
Hey,
nice
Marla,
to meet
how
you,
you
Dennis.
doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How do you do?
Okay. So
Marla's
I just want to
start in her own right.
He was like, "Oh, I'm, enough women here. We're the fellas. Do you understand what your job is, Dennis?"
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
I respect that, but I'm going to need you to help your fellas come to the table, and we need to unite so we can really make true changes, because divided we fall, united we stand. Let's start with our own community.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Is it okay for me to turn my avatar on now that you know that I am who I say I am?
No, I like this view. This is a good view here.
You know what? Val's going take you to school. Val knows me. I've known Val since Val was back in the day.
Back in the day.
Pre-Channing. I know
that's
Val.
right.
Woo!
My pre-mama days. Okay.
Pre-mama. I know Val pre-mama.
Not pre-mama.
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 But did you change any of those diapers?
Well,
she probably did at some point.
That's a sordid story that I might not have had the opportunity to do that, but I would have done that, as I've raised 3 of my own and I'm a grandmother of 2.
Okay.
That's right.
So Dennis, it says that you're an investigative journalist. What I just happened to get on my YouTube. I'm like a Val's longtime friend. I probably wouldn't have actually joined the YouTube. But what are you investigating? What are we talking about specifically? Because there's so many things that you should investigate.
I'm covering some high profile cases right now.
He really is. Tell her the cases that you're covering right now.
I would love to hear.
Trump election. I'm a part of the media pool for that. YSL. I'm covering a federal case right now we should get a verdict tomorrow, and that's involving a fellow journalist who was tased by an Atlanta PD cop who was ultimately fired from his job, but she's suing him for civil rights violation. I didn't talk about that, V, but that's Cree Montague, who was with 107.9 station in Atlanta, which is a very, very popular station. She was the on-air personality.
Okay.
So we have some really good cases.
Are we going to get to the deeper issues? So like today I just finished a TikTok and I was advising all of us to not forget our history, and for Sexy Red to go and sing at the or rap at the Masa at the the Mecca
What?
The MAGA.
The MAGA convention. Don't say Mecca because I don't think she's Muslim.
I said massa. That's what I said. I said what I said. But what I'm saying is, I wanted to give our people some history because I feel like that we've lost touch and we've forgotten that we became slaves, not because the Europeans came and clunked us over the head and drug us onto a boat, but we were sold by our own people.
Absolutely.
And so I need everybody to wake the hell up and understand where we really are. And I need you, and I get it. You get your news from TikTok, and so my voice has to be here too, but I'd rather it not. But that's
hold on about that TikTok. You get your news from TikTok. I had a conversation with a very, very dear and close friend about TikTok. Why do you think that they're trying to do away with TikTok in America, which may happen sooner than later?
Well, I mean, the bottom line is there's always a deeper agenda of power always. That's not new. And so anything that there's a couple of things. I kind of get it.
But what's the legal reason? Do you know the legal reason why they're trying?
I don't know the legal reason. I know the economic issues on the table, but okay. I can't tell you that. I'm not going to speak to the legal issue.
Let's talk about the economic reasons why they're trying to do away with TikTok in America.
I think economically, we don't have control of TikTok here in America. We don't.
Meaning the government don't have the ability to have their hands in the pockets of the
correct.
People. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
But here's what can I just say what I find interesting, because there's world travel that I'm exposed to. In China, if you're saying something, we talk about our First Amendment right, which the three of us are doing right now.
Absolutely.
In China, if you're saying something that is not in line with their policies or the government, your TV in your hotel goes blank. You're not allowed to speak out. Like anybody who's in media, who's publicizing something other than that agenda, the Chinese agenda, it's not heard. Period. End of story.
Oh yeah, drones have gotten killed out there. Drones that live out there have gotten killed in China got assassinated. We know that to be true when former President Trump was in office. So,
but I thought that the concern was TikTok wasn't secure, it wasn't safe for us.
No, that's not the concern.
You don't think
that's a false flag? Is that a false flag?
Yeah, that's false.
Okay.
It's never about our safety. It's always about money. Let's just get that clear.
Right.
Because if that was the case, Val, I want to just say this. Somebody asked me the other day, I frequent another YouTube channel, just now become like a panelist that just hops on and deals with different issues, mainly mental health. But what humanitarian rescue have we done to African nations and countries? I'm just asking for a friend. Is that none? I'm sorry. Does anybody want to speak up? Nobody? Because there's nothing that we have in our interest there. That's what I'm really saying. So someone came on and they asked me, are there any African countries in NATO? I said, do you know what the policies are to even be part of NATO?
That's right.
NATO, first of all, NATO is a northern, it's a treaty that doesn't even include the possibility of these countries. So what I'm saying is, here's my big thing.
Someone said cancel Timu. Someone said cancel Timu.
Yeah,
I have.
Oh,
Timu.
they say the same thing about Timu too. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's not me too. I've shopped at Timu. I mean, I'm an honest person. The bottom line is, it's what we have available. But here's the other problem: we don't have the structure, the proper structure. So in other words, I'm also not trying to buy into a nationalist agenda that agenda doesn't consider me and my people at all, period. So the nationalist agenda is actually a white evangelical agenda. Let's keep that all the way real. It's not about save all. Let's just improve and be pro-life. You're pro-birth is what you are. That's what you are. And you're really pro-birth because you're losing the actual ratio statistics with white babies. Period. That's just a fact. And so therefore, I don't see you rushing to adopt a whole bunch of black kids. I don't see you rushing to save people that that are struggling. So what I'm saying to you is, this is the one statement that I make all the time. Yes, I'm born in America. Yes, I'm American, but don't call me African American, because unfortunately for me, which I wish it was different, but it's not, I have no association with Africa 4 generations deep.
You nor do I.
Correct. So what I'm saying is, I'm more American than my counterparts, who literally, the country got built to be a superpower because of all of us on this panel. That's why.
What is your thought about the slogan, "Make America Great Again"?
That's clear. That's clear.
When was it great? My question, when was it great?
First of all, Val, I really want to include you in this conversation, but the fact that you're very light-skinned, I might have to ask you.
I cannot with you.
I might have to ask you. Hold on, sweetie. I want you to be the beneficiary of the fight that Dennis and I are about to launch.
Don't bring out the beige rage.
Because Val, all it takes is a really straight lace front, and you might not be with us. I'm just trying to say, Val, just hold on. I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying that the possibility for you to just assimilate and hide is this.
I'm going on black screen.
Don't do that. Don't run the co-host off.
Like, well, damn. Good grief, a mess. But no, go ahead, Marla. What were you saying?
Wait, can you still hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, because you know that what happens. You know that you know who my husband is, and so the minute I had to just I forgot to go and do not disturb because I saw you so impromptu.
Oh,
if I don't go and do not disturb, my phone will ring. I swear to God, he can't hear you. He's in LA. I'm still in Vegas.
If he watches, husband, I'm calling you so you can come on my show. Okay, go ahead.
Dennis, Val and I have been longtime friends. My husband is also one of the members of Take 6. So
okay.
that is who I am. Even though you forced me onto the screen, I'm not ready to be presented to the public because you know how crazy people can get. But just so you know, I need you to know that I'm real, Dennis.
Listen, I'm in the mix. I'm out there, and I'm covering high profile cases. I should be the one that needs security. Fonnie don't need it.
You know what? You should have an avatar, Dennis. Why are you playing? You play too much.
Wait, Marla. Speaking of that case, what do you think about Fonnie Willis?
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. You should read what somebody wrote me today. And I had to respond back instantaneously. It didn't even take me but 2 seconds when I got this guy's text. Basically warning me, or basically chastising me. It wasn't a warning, it was chastisement. He was chastising me to not go on my social media. Exactly. And say anything negative about somebody in Black leadership. And what I told him is, I said, accountability is not negativity.
Okay.
Because I too think she's brilliant. Clearly, no one else has gotten here. Right. But what I'm also saying is, I don't understand how you camp out in the woods. You understand how the baddest buck, which is a deer, moves. You spend 2 years tracking the prize duck, prize buck, and you build tents and you shower and you put mud on your face and you do all the things for years
to get to this very moment.
And then you fire the shot, and you just say, F it, and leave the prize deer in the woods. You don't know whether you actually killed it. It ran off. You're supposed to track it. I just feel like that there was an amount, because I think that there's an amount of cockiness that comes with
the position,
brilliance. on all levels. I'm just going to say that. It's brilliance. Kanye didn't understand that you're actually going to legitimately lose $1 billion. It's not fake. It's real.
Right.
Because you ran your mouth. Because that's untethered, unhinged. You're unhinged. It's brilliance that's unhinged. So for me, and I'm not calling Fonnie Willis mentally ill. I do believe Kanye is. I'm not saying that.
Right. Thank you.
I need to say that.
For that clarification.
I'm not nearly saying that, but I'm saying we talk about men all the time, and you can't keep your dick in your pants. And my thing is, girl, you couldn't keep your skirt down for just because this isn't like you just did this. You've been working on this case forever. So I think of it like finally getting to afford the restaurant of your dreams, buying the meal of your dreams and throwing it on the floor and walking through it. You can still say, well, damn, I didn't mean to do that. And you can pick it up and it's still edible, but it's marred. And so therefore, and you know who's hunting you. I know who's after me. I know what you want from me. I know what's at stake here. And so, like Barack Obama, you can't be a person who excuses away your moral or lack of integrity, your moral differences or your lack of integrity, and think that it's going to be accepted like Donald Damn freaking Dump. That's not going to happen because you know the assignment of what it takes for us to get where we are. And so I feel like at best, it doesn't talk to her ability. I think it was careless.
Yeah.
I think it was selfish. I think it was short-sighted, and I think it was unnecessary. That's my statement.
And luckily, the judge didn't bounce her, which he could have easily done. He's
only 36 years old.
Who?
Judge Scott McAfee. Yes.
36.
He's turning 36. But he didn't bounce her. She has the opportunity to redeem herself. How does that look right now with everything that's been done? With a potential jury pool that has already heard all the dirt, and it's going to be interesting.
I think that she has a chance of, first of all, she gained a fan. Now, I know I don't live in the state of Georgia, but I definitely wasn't paying as much attention to her until all this happened. And I do think that there are other people who feel the same way, even those in the state of Georgia that may have liked her even more. I understand being embarrassed by the fact that she made this poor decision. I said
she's not embarrassed.
Too. Huh?
She's not embarrassed.
No, I'm saying us.
I've never seen anybody in my life other than Fonnie Willis go before the judge and neck wiggle. She used
to be his boss.
She was like, listen, no matter how much you want to put me on trial. I was like,
but she was talking to the judge. She was talking to him. She was talking
in court. She went there.
Well, she went there, but she was talking to the defense attorney.
Yeah, defense attorney. I'm sorry,
Ashley Merchant. She was saying
defense attorney.
She said that was cute. Yeah. And now there's a T-shirt out now. That was cute 2024.
I love it. Look, Marla, I know you didn't hear what I said. So yesterday or the other day, I said, I too wish that she had not dated the man. Bottom line, because they were going to use this against her. They have a law in Georgia that allows attorneys
but you have to know you're dealing with the
I know
the most
Christian hadn't done it.
Caucasian, and so is any fucking worth it? Did I mute myself? I hope I did. And
no, you didn't mute yourself. We hear you.
I said, Fukaki. Did you need Fukaki to the point that you didn't? You can get the Fukaki. It's even better. Hold up, I'm coming. It's happening. Just give me. Let me put these briefs together. When I'm done with these briefs, I'm about to give it. Just wait. Okay.
Do you know how many hours they spent together? Do you know that they've been working together since the pandemic? Do you know how lonely she said she was? Do you understand her kids were gone? She was there alone. They were threatening her life, and she had to relocate to a different place. And then here she is working with this man, and he probably spilling his guts about how his wife cheated on him, all that bullshit they say. And then
Val, are you making excuses? I'm asking.
I'm just saying this shit happens like that.
Val,
sometimes.
but I understand that. But let me tell you, and this is the thing I'm gonna say. This is my big encore statement.
Okay.
Why do you think that of all the things in the world God created, do we both believe in God on here other than me? I'm just asking. Let me ask because I don't want to go into this.
Absolutely.
Dennis, do you believe, are you a God believer? Okay.
Absolutely.
So then we believe that God created everything in the world. We are the most complex humans, all humans.
Mm-hmm.
He created us and he said, I'm going to give you, because of you are in my image with this ability up here, dominion over all things.
Mm-hmm.
That includes some self-control. That includes, okay, so once you get past adolescence and you've had some experience, I don't give you, no, ma'am, I don't give you, no, I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't true. Listen, I've been married 36 years and I'm by myself 80% of the time. I don't put myself in the situation to have
right. No, I agree.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how lonely I think I might get and
but
how
you
juicy I think I am.
But you're not her.
And
you're
how,
not
oh
her.
my God, you're on a European tour.
Her.
What about my loins? What about my V? No. I have the power to say.
I agree. We have the power, but sometimes, but here's the thing, they are allowed to date each other. That's the other part.
Val, it's not
have
about
the law in Georgia that says they can
Val. It's
co-counsel and opposing counsel.
Val.
What?
This is why I have to put a lace front on you. Just listen to me. Turn your lights off and hear what I'm telling you. As a true Negro woman, it's not about what is allowed, Miss Val. The issue isn't that. The issue is everything now that's legal has been bent to accommodate this fool. You know that they're going to find something to disqualify you if you give them one hair.
No. You and I agree. We agree.
Then if she agrees, then you already know. Fonnie Willis should have been wearing a chastity freaking belt. If she was single, she should have shoved that thing shut with mud and whatever she needed to do until this is done. Then you flush that out and then you go to town. You bang the guy in your office, bang the janitor, screw the town, do it.
But she did not break a rule.
You're not understanding. They don't care. The rules don't apply to them.
So if it wasn't this, they would have found something else.
What?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't that she slept with him. So here's the thing that's crazy. You're right. That wasn't a law. But what did they do? It's not that. It's the funds. That's illegal.
Well, no. Hold on.
It wasn't true, but that's what they went for.
They went for
the one thing they thought could disqualify.
But they focused all their time on their sex life. The whole hearing was supposed to be about the money.
Fonnie got that gorilla grip. She ain't letting go of this case. She got that gorilla grip.
Gorilla grip in his phone, though.
But let me tell you guys what's funny. Here we are, the three of us. Dennis is working on crazy investigative cases. Val, you've got an amazing podcast. Here I am, an activist and speak out. What are we talking about? We're not talking about Donald Trump and the crimes, are we? We're not talking about the RICO. We're not talking about the RICO case. That's my problem.
Yeah. And she did that.
And
You're right.
Dennis, get the hell out of that space, that chair that you're in that looks like you should be in some kind of a game. Are you a gamer? You're in a gaming chair.
Marla, you sound muffled.
You look like you're in a gaming chair, Dennis. Why are you in that chair?
He is. He in the gaming
chair. I'm in a gaming chair.
See, I know. Look at that. I'm too observant. I can't. My life is just too upside down. It's not right.
Marla.
Yes.
It's my gaming chair. Leave my gaming chair alone.
Okay, Dennis. I'm gonna leave you alone.
Now they want us to get back to Nesto, but we're done with Nesto for right now. Yeah. We're done with Nesto.
Marla, let me say this. People in the chat that keep saying, but V, he was married. He's married to this day. This is what I have to say about that. They've been separated. They live separately. She moved out of state at one point. They were waiting for the kids to get grown, and it ain't none of my damn business.
Well, let me say it. She hasn't spoken out yet. This is stuff that we're getting. This is secondhand information. She hasn't spoken out, and her lawyer, according to the divorce lawyer, some of the representation wasn't accurate about her. So
I heard too that he was withholding that he was earning as much as he did, obviously, of course. When he said he only had like $2,000 in his bank account, he was saying he only made $14,000 a month, and then he got this contract, and then
he may have issues with about that because you lied to one judge, you did a whole interrogatory and said certain things, and then you start cleaning it up after January 8th when the Ashley Merchant filed her motion. Everything start getting cleaned up. You start amending things and okay. The judge saw the cleanup already. Clean up in aisle 9. Well, unfortunately, you slipped before you got it all up off the floor.
Well, you know what? Let me say this. I just looked at your comments for the first time. D, you're right. I would be happy to drop off the panel and you can go back to whatever it was that you were discussing.
Wait, hold on.
No, it's all good. Wait, D says, I have my own show, so let me acknowledge D. Hey, D, the Diva Wilson.
D, don't be running my guest off, D. D, don't run my guest off.
If you drop off the panel, we can go back to our conversation. You know what, D? You're right.
No, Marla. Don't you go nowhere.
D, don't do it. Don't do it.
Marla, you know what? I'm going to try to listen to you, Dennis, because you have a gaming chair that makes you the authority. I'm only sitting on the couch. You are the authority because you have controls that I don't have them. I'm just on the couch.
Yeah, and to your point, hold on. Let me get in the middle here. I need to get in the middle. This is too lazy. I'm in the middle.
Oh God. A mess.
You got to please all the people. I ran a show I do a show, and I'm about to start my own show coming up soon, Marla Talks. So
okay.
Little history, like I said, that's Marla Talks, because Marla has had so many varied and vast experiences in life. I just feel like my job, God has commissioned me to share. And so that's why I'm on the planet. So a little diverse. Val and I talk. Val is, again, she's like family to me, just by proxy, that I would say. But she's we said we weren't gonna go there, but the bottom line is that there's a lot of controversy that's always surrounding my oldest daughter was one of the stars of Love and Hip Hop. So Monique Slaughter is my daughter, and she stays in the blogs.
She sure does.
She does. So that's Val was, many people.
I never come out here saying that.
I know, but I'm saying it because what ends up happening is it gets brought up anyway. But Val, is always super cool. She's like, look, do you want to talk about this? And I'm like, I've said all I'm gonna say. But the bottom line is I continue to broach the conversation on some level because it's super important for mental health. It really is. It's like blaringly a thing that we just in our community just don't want to do. Like, we're just not gonna do it. Nope, not gonna do it. That's not it.
So what let me ask you this. Since you're about to launch your show, what is going to be the topic of some of your
my show will have all the elements of who I am. So I did stand up comedy for a while. Been married to Dave and Take Six.
I used to do stand up.
Did you?
They told me to sit down.
Seriously?
They told me to sit down.
No, Dennis. And then you said, "Fine, I'm gonna start investigating."
I was like, for real?
Why did those people say that? I'm gonna start an investigation. No, but so basically, I'm to be honest, Dennis, the one statement I would make is that I live my life every day in pain, but my life is bigger than my pain.
Okay.
That's the statement. That's a real statement. So in other words, I've been broadcasting since 2008. In one long series of time, Dave and I had a show called the Marla and Dave Show, Relationship CPR, and then it went to the Marla and Dave Show, which is a specialty entertainment show, and then for the last 3 years, it went into strictly mental health because of the breakdown of the things that are happening with my 2 older children. But my show currently, Marla Talks, is just an amalgamation of who I am. So there's going to be Marla Talks back. There's always going to be a mental health matters, a mental health moment on the show. Marvelous message. And then I do a lot of fun. The one fun thing I love to do is I literally stop random people on the street every day, all day, and ask questions that are hilarious. It's very much like Jordan Klepper. So I'll ask you, I'll give you two. Here's an example of something that's going to be in the first series. I stopped random people in the street and I said, I always have two categories and I give you 4 names. So I'm gonna do you and Val right now. You ready? Okay. This is Marla Talks on the Street, but we're on the podcast.
Okay. 2
categories, 4 names. I'm gonna give you each name and you put them in the category in which you think they belong. You guys ready?
Okay.
Go.
The 2 categories are clever or crazy.
Clever or crazy. Got it.
Right. Name number 1, Donald Trump. Clever or crazy?
Clever.
Crazy.
Clever.
Crazy.
Okay. Vladimir Putin. Clever or crazy?
Clever.
Clever. And crazy.
Kanye West. Clever or crazy?
Crazy.
Ooh, crazy as hell. Mm-hmm.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Clever or crazy?
Crazy.
Can I split that? No, split the baby on that. No, he's
You can split it however you want. I'm not gonna hear. I'm just letting you answer.
It's not too clever. He's in a RICO case, so I would just say crazy.
You say crazy.
I say crazy.
Okay. So go back to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You answered differently. So Donald Trump. Val, you said what?
I think he's crazy.
And Dennis, you said clever. So talk to me. Why?
Well, he was able to get into the White House with all his antics, and he knows how to play to his audience
and steal money from the poorest of poor people. That's pretty clever.
And that's pretty clever. And he's selling $500 sneakers, gold sneakers, and never dribbled the ball. And got people eating it up. That requires a level of cleverness. It requires.
All right. Well, let me take you to the next one that will be in the next series, and I encourage your audience as well to join us in the comments. 2 categories, 4 people. Trendy or trashy?
Okay. Trendy, trashy. Got it.
Nicki Minaj. Trendy or trashy?
Trendy.
Trashy.
Britney Spears. Trendy or trashy?
Trashy.
Trendy.
Carly Red. Trendy or trashy?
Carly Red.
Carly
I'm sorry. Sexy Red.
Trashy.
Sexy Red. Trendy.
Trashy.
Trashy.
Krishan Rock.
Trashy.
Trendy or trashy?
Trendy.
Trashy.
Okay. So now imagine black, white, young, old, it doesn't matter. These questions are getting asked on the street randomly as I just exist in my life. Sam's, pickleball. And so it's just, I really want to see what your comments are saying, because I would love to hear other people.
They're giving more names.
Well, hold on. We should have watched the comment section. Let's see how many people.
Yeah, we're late because they've been answering along with us, so we don't know what their answer to.
We don't know. They had to say the trendy or trashy with the name, so we'll know who it is. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments.
Who they say you appear to be materialistic. How so?
Who?
Who's she
Terry?
about?
Who appears to be materialistic? Based on what?
Based on.
Wait. Don't talk for me. If they're talking to me, let me answer for myself.
Hey, you wanted it.
I don't understand how you could be talking about anybody up here because we didn't say anything specific to that.
Wait. No. This can't be about the trendy trash. Clever, crazy. They can't be. I don't know. Can I just talk about social media for 1 minute? Do you see how this is what's and let me tell everybody this so you can get this in your head. This is important.
I'm still talking about Nesto and Shirley.
Who's in Cleveland?
Wait, is that the lady who feeds the guy?
The what? No,
lady-
you know Shirley Strawberry. You know who Shirley Strawberry is?
Okay.
Talking about her husband.
Okay. Okay.
You
I
know
thought
about
you were
that
talking
story?
about. I thought you were talking about Netta and Charles.
Oh no, that's that.
Oh,
I will
they're
not.
they're
I
having
will
a
never
separate.
give them press. Never. Y'all talk about them.
They still have. They're talking about another subject. They're not talking about you. They're talking about.
Okay.
They have their own conversation.
Okay, so the materialistic thing didn't have anything to do with us.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, you just saved
What is
somebody
that
from a
about?
real good deep read.
Right.
For sure.
It was the deep read was
For
coming out. It
sure.
was like it was right here in my throat. It was like
Oh, they knew how to pivot real quick.
But anyway, so yeah, so this is, so you asked me, Dennis. So for me, Marla Talks Back will always deal with whatever's current. There's always going to be a mental health moment where I will pull. So for example, people don't.
Well, you don't want to put too much of this out there because it's not, people are going to start doing it. You don't want.
You can't be me.
Hold on 1 second. My son is texting me. He just got home, Marla.
Tell Channing I said, hey, boy.
I will. I'll be right back.
Okay. So Dennis, so here's the thing. I hear you, but what I'm saying to you is my experiences are lived. And the thing I don't do, there's so much. If everybody would just look at you, you're logged into what you're purposed to do. If everybody is willing to log into the purpose in which you've been brought to the planet and put your blinders on, stop looking at everybody else. You can't mimic somebody else's path that led them to success.
And I say this all the time, but people in social media, they like to, they don't like to be originals.
But it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
They find out later on. They find out, oh man.
And how much time did you waste? So let me help you, people in the world. Strap up, put your blinders on, understand who it is, start understanding, and it's so specific that you don't recognize that even God put you in a shell that was meant to take you where you needed to go. It's like your own little personal car, your physicality. You didn't get to pick your parents. You didn't get to pick your circumstance. So therefore, you can surgery yourself all day long. It's not going to change your outcome until you find out who it is that you've been asked to be and be that. Be brave enough to be you. That's all I'm saying. And it's not popular in entertainment. So I tell people all the time, there's two things. There's fame and there's
not popular in a lot of industries.
Right. This is why I call this the year of the cat, because Cat Williams just came and ripped the hell out of the truth, opened the can up in January. He's like, no, hell no. I don't care who. I'm saying what it is to say. And this is where we're going to go. So
that was the best thing ever.
It's the best thing ever. But people, and I say to people all the time, don't misconstrue things and think that your job is to take it to the internet. We're not truthful in our house. We're not truthful we're not abiding by. My first ring of influence is with me and my family. Then it's friends and community. Then it's the world. That's the way it's supposed to work.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Exactly. So with that in mind, keep your stupid little gaming chair. I'm not going to get in one. Next time you see me, Dennis, I'm not going to be in a gaming chair because gaming chair, that's not my thing. I'm a couch girl. Look at. I got a couch.
What's the gaming chair? What? The gaming chair is like, how I get in
I don't even know. I'm a comedian by nature. I saw him. He leaned forward, and I said, "Oh, that's."
I'm telling you, that couch is hurting the back right now. I'm good.
You know what, Dennis? Don't play. I'll lay down.
I got a massage button over here too. You don't know what's
I'll lay down.
You don't know what's happening right here.
I cannot.
But anyway, I saw the two of you guys. I thought this was amazing. I love Val to death. She's always just been a true soul. So I stopped by.
I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna let me see who in your audience who I'm frustrating. I might stay for 5 more minutes.
Well, Channing said to tell you hi, Auntie.
Tell him I said, hey boy, well, hey man.
Right.
Oh man, no.
Well, we're gonna go back to our previous conversation because I know a lot of people seeing the thumbnail, so they actually came here. I appreciate Marla Thomas, that girl. Is it Marla? Is it Marlo Thomas?
It's Marla, but you know what?
No,
She's
I'm talking
that
about
girl. She's
you
that
know what I'm
girl.
talking about.
Oh, Marlo was yeah.
Marlo.
I'm the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danny, what was this? Danny
Thomas.
Danny Thomas's daughter.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
Phil
Danny
Donahue's wife.
Phil Donahue's wife. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I love Marlo.
Right. Well, I'm gonna listen in, but you guys go back into all your followers. You know what, guys? Please don't leave the responsibility of change to everybody but you. We can do this together. I promise you we can. And unfortunately, I too am unhappy. I got to just make the statement. I'm unhappy with the choices, but it's still the responsibility and the opportunity is still ours, because the only thing we really have is the power to choose. And so it's let's choose
important power.
Right. Let's choose that
as Americans.
First. Go ahead, Dennis.
As Americans.
Correct.
The power that we have here, a lot of people don't have it around the world.
Correct. And until you travel the world, you don't know that. But what I'm telling you is, let's choose the choice this time to at least keep our democracy intact. And then let's try to get new candidates that we can deal with. Because to be honest, I have to agree, I want Grandpa Joe to take a nap. Like, I'm not mad at what he's done, but it's not even fair to him to have to be in there at 152 years old, because the country's well-being depends on it. Yeah. Because we got an agenda for a takeover at the top.
I want to see someone in that office 60 and under, from 40 to 60. And 40 is is young, but maybe 50 to 60, but nothing beyond that. I think that it's probably a safe zone. But once you start getting up in age where you're becoming senile and you don't know which way to get off the stage, or how
I told you the other day, when it comes time for this debate, they have to give him that medication that that makes him alert.
You're talking about the State of the Union address?
No, when they do debates, because we were having a discussion the other day about Trump and Biden debating, and he said, "Why don't you want them to debate?" And I said, "I do want them to debate. However,
right, so I want to see them debate.
I want Biden to take his medication, the right medication.
No. You want to be doped up. No, you want to be doped up to debate.
Too early. It kicks in right at the right time. That's all.
I want them both to be drug tested before the debate.
You want them both what? Drugs?
The crazy thing about it is, we can't even put them both in the sandbox, because neither one of those mofos can get out. We can't even let them throw sand. They can't. Trump is equally as decrepit as Biden, but just a lunatic. So I'm just trying to say. So the thing about it is,
but Trump seems a little more sharper. He seems a little more sharper.
He's maniacal.
Exactly.
He's saying crazy. Every now and then he'll tell you that he starts talking about Obama like that's who the president is.
Come
on now. What I'm saying to you is this.
Dennis,
let me say this, Dennis. The closest I would not consider
Barack Hussein Obama.
Right. I would not consider selling my soul for money, fame, prestige. The only thing that could possibly make me even have a discussion with God would be if Michelle Obama would run.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I don't care if she did. Michelle, feel our pain.
I know.
You can bring us. You can do this, girl. Come on. You know what the job entails.
She could certainly do it. But she don't want it.
Let me leave you with this. When the guys went to the White House, when Take Six, they've been from every president back as far as Reagan. When they went, and I swear to God, I said to Dave, he's like, Marla, we're going to the White House. You coming? I'm like, no. I said, but when Obama got elected, I said, Dave, you're going to get invited to the White House. I know you are. The group will get invited at some point. I'm going. I don't care what has to happen. And when I went, we didn't get, this is another story. When he went to greet the Obamas, Michelle, he said she dwarfed. Barack was magnificent, but Michelle, he said, it wasn't even a question.
Yeah, they say that about her.
He said she was so warm and genuine and true. He said when she hugged him, she was like, "Oh my God, I've been listening to you guys' music," and she went to hug him. And Dave said he felt like, okay, let go. Not that she was doing anything inappropriate, just because she's the first lady, but she was so
right. He didn't want to get like, is this okay?
Correct. You're used to greasy. You're used to, hey, and the photo, hey, good to meet you, and look away.
But
and then
think
take the
about
picture
it.
and be on the way.
George Bush loves Michelle Obama. Like, he fell in love with Michelle, you know? So I believe that she has an effect on people. You know?
That's not that train has left the station. There's no chance of that.
Dennis, you stop talking.
That train left the station. She's not. There's no way she's going to be able to get.
Dennis, do you believe in prayer?
Fuss him up and down.
I believe in prayer,
president.
but she already said she's not interested. She's not interested, so we don't want to put that out there.
But I want you to stop acting like Trump is the only candidate we have to choose from when he caused the whole insurrection, has been impeached
you got Robert Kennedy.
Indictments. I mean, the list goes on. He has committed. First of all, doesn't he have a whole situation with a whole woman? What, Marlon?
I'm only talking to Dennis. I don't even understand why he's in this Marvel character he's doing right now. Talking about
So let me, I don't know what happened. Marla, what happened? The cat got your tongue?
You tried to mute me, Dennis.
Did it tell you after muted you?
Me too.
Yes, it did, Dennis. And I see what you're trying to do. You didn't want me to bring up.
I'm trying to shut us down.
You didn't want me to bring up that you might be working for the Marvel
Dennis, I didn't get that last part. Say that again. I'm listening.
He said,
I'm trying to hear what you say. I didn't get the last part. Say that last word. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Silly. It's approved. I cannot.
Oh my goodness.
Dennis.
I'm listening. Marla, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Dennis, tell her how many presidents you have photographed.
6.
6 presidents. So you guys have things in common.
Yes. Your favorite president as well.
The what?
I'd say
our favorite president.
Our favorite president.
Oh, favorite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Just
I'm listening.
Dennis, I was going to invite you to come onto my show, but
I'm coming. I'm listening. I'm right here.
Dennis, because
I'm taking the invite. I'm listening. I'm waiting for the invite.
Dennis, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you an intro package before you come, and it's going to include duct tape. I'm not going to mute you. You're going to be instructed at 1 minute and 30 seconds in. Please apply.
Oh my God! Not the duct tape.
You guys are amazing. Get back to you guys' conversation. For Dennis's audience, keep rocking. Listen, we need this kind of intelligence. Seriously. We need this kind of influence. We have to get it together, and we have to trust. Even if you don't want to be the one to learn from those who are willing to learn. Learn from those who are willing to be in that position, and let's do what we have to do. You guys, let me tell you something. Slavery wasn't cute.
And it wasn't a choice.
And it won't be a choice again. The man has told you point blank what his intentions are.
Oh yeah.
Point blank. He wants to bring the police in for martial law. All the things are going to happen. And if he's deemed to be immune from any consequence, woe be us.
Oh no, listen, I heard him the other day. I said, wait a minute. I told someone the other day, once he said he wants cops to have complete immunity, nah, player. That's not happening.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole show about that. Just not yet. You know,
I'll be back. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna be keeping up.
Absolutely.
Because I appreciate what you're doing on a serious tip.
No, really, and I appreciate people like you and V and Ike and just thought leaders. Just to come out and talk to some of the young people. I wanted to talk about something real quick, and you guys probably heard that what happened with Kanye and the young kid, Sinet. He's from the Bronx, 20-year-old. The guy who does the someone put his Kai Sinet.
Oh, Sanat.
Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat.
He's a blogger.
Right. So there was some type of issue about some clothes that Kanye sent to him, and he got on his platform, the 20-year-old, and said, "Hey, Kanye, these pants are too big." Kanye gets into his DM. We've seen the DMs and said, "Are you trying to ruin my company or something?" And accused him of all kind of weird stuff. But then Kanye's manager chimed in and essentially invited himself to this young man's neighborhood. It almost seemed like he was bullying the kid. And people got to understand that we have to give, be the example for these young people. You can't start trying to goon up on a young kid because you got an issue with how his audience, the way he communicates with his audience. And for Kanye to step out like that, I'm sure a lot of people seen that. For Kanye to step out like that and then have the manager come in and start talking about all kind of weird stuff like he's from Violator Records. This guy don't know about Violator. Violator was before this guy was born. And Violator is, Chris Lighting, and who's ultimately killed himself. But when you have people like Kanye that are out here talking to a mass audience, and you asked me, do I think he was the choice was he what was the example?
Crazy or clever?
What did I say?
You said he was clever.
Yeah.
I said clever. I said crazy. I said crazy.
You might. I'm sorry. Because you and I were at the same time. So
yeah.
I trust your second swing at it.
Yeah. No, crazy. I still say he's crazy. But I think that he has a lot of people around him that don't really give him the truth. Some people don't want the people around to give them the real truth. I've been around people like that. I left people like that.
Can I tell you something, Dennis? Because my son is bipolar 1 and schizoaffective, and furthermore wrote a song that Kanye. He's a brilliant songwriter. You don't get through to them. They live in an alternate reality. So nobody's getting through. I spend my life educating people all over the world about this because this is my unfortunate mission based on 2 of my kids, Moniece and DJ. So I'm just telling you, this is a fact. We keep thinking, oh, they don't have a team and the people around them. No, you don't get it.
He doesn't. Yeah.
It's not it. They don't. And the more power they get, it's
more dangerous.
Double rap because now there's no reason to even get through because clearly and they have a God complex.
Absolutely.
That's part of their mental illness. And so the issue is, and it doesn't mean that what you hear from them is not true. There's some truth to it, but it's unhinged because hinged means I can have a truth, but I understand social impact.
Right.
That's balance.
That's
brain balance. Brain different is not that. And then when you become dangerously different, you're in a whole nother category. That's people who are doing damage, harming other people, manipulating people, criminal stuff that they really feel justified to do. They're not
like storming the Capitol.
Correct.
I guess that's where he's going.
And defecating on the walls, but you talk about black people, but the reality is I don't know one black criminal that broke into a store and shit on the wall. I'm just saying that it was graphically gross. And that was them.
I have a question real quick though. When you were talking about them having, there's a brain difference and you said brain imbalance. Is that what you said?
We're brain balanced. You, Dennis, and I are
brain balanced or brain difference. Okay, so what do you think about people around Kanye, most specifically his wife, that trots out and does whatever it is that is she just as cuckoo or is she enabling? Is she manipulating? Is she the real predator or is she his prey?
There's some differences there with them. But so let me just say this, there's not one thing. Just like us, you look at 3 squares here. Dennis is balanced, you're balanced, and I'm balanced, but we're very different. Our norm is not the exact same. we're not all the same person. We don't have, we have
Right.
different. It's the same with mental illness. And the reality is you have to be somewhat in balance or different to even deal with a Kanye.
Right.
Because what we see is the tip of the iceberg. What's going on underneath is insanity. Trust me, I've raised it.
The diva says she isn't his wife, she's his handler. But is she handling him or is he handling her? She's prancing around here half naked.
And they believe they get in there. It's let's go. Let's just quickly use Donald. I use him all the time. He's not even a candidate anymore. He's the leader of a cult. This is a cult.
Thank you.
This is a cult. It's blind. When you can interview somebody and they tell you that that Joe Biden is an actor. I mean, I'm serious. Right now, excuse me, ma'am, is Joe Biden actually the president? No, he's an actor. So you will plug in any level of made up delusional detail to match the narrative that this man is putting forward. It's the same thing. So you start to believe that if you, and this is what I tell people about social media, be very careful, because if you're only listening to one side of a thing, people can be very convincing.
Very convincing.
You can't understand the truth until you know all the details that you can possibly know. And guess what else? You're never going to know all the details because you don't live with me. You can go listen to my child. You can come listen to me.
Wait a minute. What did Tiffany says? I prefer him over Joe.
That's why I love Trump. I prefer him over that Joe. Lord have mercy.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Oh, what you just do? What happened?
I didn't do it. I didn't do anything.
You know how you're notorious, so I had to ask.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
She probably accidentally hit a button.
Oh, she'll come back in.
I love Marla. Thank you, Marla, for coming up.
Marla,
here.
thank you, Marla. That might have been Tiffany that took Marla
out. No, Tiffany.
Tiffany took Marla out. Oh my goodness. She booted herself over the comment. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She booted
herself
over the comment. Oh my God.
Did she? Did she? Maybe she did. Well, it looked like she might have done something by accident. Or was it on purpose, child? She'll let me know. Trust me. She'll text me or something.
Oh my God. But listen.
But yes, Marla's my family. Love her.
This
very
is
smart.
Very good live. I appreciate you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you as well. Let's see how this thing unfolds, because we know now that Mr. Will Wooten, the deputy DA, Fonnie's right-hand man, not the right-hand man, but a top dog in the office who heads his own division, is now, part of this Nesto situation. And he's not just there taking notes. Well, he was taking notes. We saw he was taking notes.
Oh, he was taking notes. And whatever he didn't write down, trust me, he has the video just like we have the video.
Yes.
He will go back and jot down any detail. I'm sure that, do you think that, because see, I think Nesto knows more about some of these players than even we do. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't know that prosecutor might have been coming or might have been.
I mean, I don't think anyone picked up on it, but I'm sure now. Most people have did their own research. She said, "I enjoyed Marla. Nice try." If you love Trump, you must be. No. She ain't hoodwinked. Tiffany, you want to come up on the platform? Do I drop a link for you, Tiffany? You want to click on the link? She's probably going to not. Okay. Well, she said, which Marla said? She said total error. Oh, okay. Total error. Okay. She said it was total. Marla responded. Total error.
Oh, okay. Is that Marla said that?
Yes, it was her. It wasn't me. Let people know it wasn't me.
Hi, Marla. Bye, Marla. I don't hang up and folks. They were saying it was a joke or whatever, that you did it as a joke or whatever. But
no. I had to get that clear because I don't want you to go back and say this guy. He beeped her.
You know how you treat people. So I had to
You know I
check.
do.
No, I'm just
You know-
kidding.
you
You
know I-
just treat
you
me
know I
like
do
that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, busy day tomorrow. Got to be in federal court. Waiting for the verdict in the Cree Montague case, and then we return back to YSL in the afternoon because one of the jurors, unfortunately, has an interesting conflict. I don't know if many people caught that, but there's one juror that had a conflict where her employer decided to not renew her contract. And so the judge is giving her an opportunity to be interviewed for another position. But this to show you these jurors have real lives and they have real situations, and spending time on this YSL case has caused some people to lose their jobs. And while it shouldn't happen, and the judge say he's going to write to general counsel regarding her contract, but people, and they'll find a way to replace you. They'll find a way. So if this is going to be, if this is an indication on what is to expect in the next couple of months, this trial is going to be last into next year. So people are going to think a lot about being on this jury. They're going to lose jurors. They're going to lose jurors. So they need to wrap this thing up. They need to deliver the case. This is going a long time.
It has. How long has it been? How many months?
It's like it's almost a year now. Trial started.
No.
Yeah.
It took so long just to I don't know. It seems like they were trying to qualify things and figure out the jury pool. Everything seemed to stretch out longer than
everything.
normal.
And then the snapping at the lawyers, going back and forth. And it's just, you got a witness on the stand now. His head is hurting. He don't want to be there. It's just a lot going on. I don't want to be there. Well, I'm there. I'll have to be there. But I can leave. The jurors can't leave.
Right.
Well, any final words?
Huh?
Any final words?
No, I'm looking forward to see what's going to transpire this week. There's so many things that we talked about, like multiple cases. Some are intertwined, some not so much, but I'm looking forward to hearing what's going to happen this week with everything. I think we'll have a lot of other news to cover by the end of the week, Dennis.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will.
And you're probably going to be part of it.
And we didn't think about this one. This is this picture right here. Tell me what you think about this picture here, real quick.
What? Coming for you. Okay. Oh yeah, he's scared. He's scared.
With that said, that was for Tiffany. This is for Tiffany. Let me put that picture back for Tiffany. Tiffany, this is for you.
Tiffany needs to be reminded that was cute. But
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate you coming in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you follow both of us on our channels, and keep your notifications on, because we're going to bring you another great show. Good night, V.
Good night.
We are out.